From the beginning of time, humans have always looked for ways to make life easier. Our ancestors created tools not only to help us work, but also to think. Just as a hammer can help build a house, other tools have been used to help build the mind, assist in solving problems, and extend our natural abilities. These early tools were simple, but they made a profound difference in how we could interact with the world. Think of the first written language. The act of writing down thoughts and ideas allowed humans to record history, pass knowledge to the next generation, and create systems to organize their lives. Writing was the first thinking tool, a way of storing information beyond the limitations of memory. It allowed us to think in ways we never could before, to think about thoughts we had forgotten, to add ideas together, and to form complex concepts that shaped entire societies. As time passed, more tools emerged to help with thinking. The abacus, for example, became an essential instrument in ancient civilizations for managing numbers. It wasn't just a way to add and subtract. It was a tool for organizing thought, making the invisible world of mathematics visible. The abacus helped expand the human mind's capacity to solve problems quickly and efficiently, serving as a bridge to more advanced concepts in science, economics, and technology. The invention of the printing press was another transformative moment in history. It took knowledge and ideas that had been locked away in handwritten manuscripts and spread them across the world, bringing ideas to the masses. The printing press was more than just a machine that copied books. It was a tool that amplified human thinking, enabling entire generations to engage with ideas from distant parts of the world. It was a tool that changed how knowledge was shared, how people learned, and how new innovations emerged. Then came the calculator, a tool designed to handle the complex mathematical problems that human minds struggled to solve alone. It was a mechanical assistant that freed up human thinking, allowing us to focus on higher-level thinking, problem-solving, and creativity. Instead of struggling with tedious calculations, people could now spend their time using those results to explore new ideas, conduct research, and design more efficient systems. The calculator didn't replace human thought, but it enabled it to go further. As each of these tools quietly advanced, they all shared a common purpose: to assist the human mind in its journey of discovery. They didn't just make life easier, they expanded the boundaries of what was possible. With the help of tools, we could see further, understand deeper, and create more than we could on our own. These tools weren't about replacing human thinking, they were about enhancing it. The next step in this journey came with the arrival of computers. Early computers were built to process vast amounts of data, something that would have been impossible for a human to do by hand. At first, computers seemed like tools for solving very specific, highly technical problems. But as computers evolved, they began to do more. They began to assist in making decisions, creating systems, and managing the growing complexity of the world. In the early days of computers, the idea of them thinking on their own was still far from reality. But as the years passed, a new field of research began to grow: artificial intelligence. Just as the abacus had expanded human thinking, so too would artificial intelligence aim to expand the possibilities of what we could accomplish. It was no longer about simple calculations or storing information. It was about creating machines that could learn, adapt, and solve problems in ways that were once thought impossible. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is not a tool that simply does tasks for us. It is a tool that allows us to extend our ability to think. In a way, it acts like a partner, one that helps us see patterns, make predictions, and solve problems faster and more accurately than we ever could on our own. But just as the abacus didn't replace human thought, AI doesn't replace our creativity or intuition. Instead, it amplifies our ability to understand and solve complex problems. As we move deeper into the age of AI, we are entering a world where thinking tools have become more powerful than ever before. But what does this mean for us? How will these new tools change the way we live, work, and interact with each other? These are questions that we are only beginning to explore. AI is already helping scientists to unravel the mysteries of the universe, from studying the smallest particles in the atom to mapping the vastness of space. It is enabling doctors to diagnose illnesses more quickly and accurately, giving them the ability to treat patients in ways that were once unimaginable. It is even helping us to understand ourselves better, using data to offer insights into everything from personal health to societal trends. This documentary will explore how AI is changing science, from the labs where it is first developed to its everyday presence in our lives. As we journey through this new world, we will see that AI is not a tool that replaces human thought. Rather, it is a tool that quietly enhances it, helping us unlock new possibilities and discover things about the world that were once beyond our reach. When people hear the words artificial intelligence, the phrase can feel distant or unclear. It can sound mechanical, complex, or even unsettling. But at its heart, artificial intelligence is much simpler than it appears. It is not a mind, and it is not a creature. It is a process, a quiet method of helping machines notice patterns and respond in gentle, useful ways. To understand this, it helps to begin with something familiar. Imagine organizing a shelf at home. At first, the shelf is messy. Over time, you begin to notice where things belong. Cups go together. Books line up by size. Objects settle into places that feel right. Artificial intelligence works in a similar way. It observes information, notices repetition, and slowly learns how things are usually arranged. Artificial intelligence does not understand the world the way humans do. It does not feel curiosity or intention. Instead, it works by recognizing relationships. When it sees many examples of the same kind of thing, it becomes better at identifying that thing again. This process is often called learning, though it is different from human learning. It is quieter, more limited, and guided carefully by people. One gentle way to think about artificial intelligence is to imagine it as a listener. It listens to large amounts of information. It listens patiently, without emotion. Over time, patterns begin to form. Certain signals appear together. Certain outcomes follow certain conditions. From this listening, the system becomes better at offering suggestions or making simple decisions. This kind of learning does not happen all at once. It happens slowly, step by step. Artificial intelligence improves by being shown many examples, much like a person practicing a new skill. The more carefully chosen the examples are, the more reliable the results become. This is why human guidance remains essential. People choose what the system observes and how it is corrected when it makes mistakes. Artificial intelligence is also not a single thing. It is a collection of methods and approaches. Some systems are designed to recognize images, such as identifying cells under a microscope. Others focus on language, helping machines work with written or spoken words. Some assist with planning, prediction, or organization. Each type serves a different purpose, and none of them operate alone without direction. In science, artificial intelligence often acts as a quiet assistant. It helps sort information that would otherwise take years to examine by hand. It highlights details that might be missed when humans are tired or overwhelmed. It does not replace the scientist. Instead, it creates space for deeper thinking by handling repetitive tasks gently and consistently. A helpful metaphor comes from nature. Consider how water flows through a landscape. Over time, it creates paths, shaping the ground in subtle ways. Artificial intelligence follows similar paths through data. It moves along the most common routes, guided by what it has seen before. It does not choose its destination. It follows the terrain provided to it. Another way to see artificial intelligence is as an extension of human attention. Humans have limited focus. We become tired. We miss details. Artificial intelligence can maintain steady attention for long periods, observing changes too slow or too small for humans to track easily. This makes it especially useful in scientific environments where patience and consistency matter. It is important to remember that artificial intelligence does not operate independently. Behind every system are people making decisions about how it is used. Scientists decide which questions to ask. Engineers decide how the system responds. Researchers review results and adjust methods. The intelligence does not exist on its own. It remains part of a larger human process. As artificial intelligence becomes more common, it quietly blends into familiar spaces. It appears in software that helps manage research notes. It assists in organizing medical images. It supports simulations that help scientists imagine outcomes before testing them in the real world. In each case, it works quietly, often unnoticed, supporting human effort rather than replacing it. Understanding artificial intelligence does not require deep technical knowledge. It begins with recognizing it as a tool shaped by care, repetition, and guidance. Like earlier thinking tools, it expands what humans can observe and manage. It offers another way to look at complexity without rushing. As this journey continues, artificial intelligence will remain a companion rather than a leader. It follows instructions. It reflects choices. Its value comes from how thoughtfully it is used. In this way, it becomes less mysterious and more familiar, settling into the long history of tools designed to help humans understand their world a little more clearly. Long before artificial intelligence became part of everyday conversation, there was another quiet shift taking place. Scientists were beginning to face a new kind of challenge. Their questions were growing larger, and the information they needed to work with was expanding beyond what a single person could manage alone. Nature was offering more details than ever before, and the human mind needed support to keep pace. In the early days, scientific work relied heavily on notebooks, careful handwriting, and long hours of calculation. Researchers spent weeks or months performing the same steps again and again, checking results by hand. Progress was steady but slow. Precision mattered, and even small errors could change an outcome. As scientific fields matured, the weight of this work increased, quietly calling for a new kind of assistance. The first computers answered this call in a modest way. They were not intelligent, and they were not flexible. They followed instructions exactly as given, without interpretation or judgment. Yet even in this limited role, they transformed scientific work. Tasks that once took days could now be completed in hours. Large tables of numbers could be processed without fatigue. Repetition became less burdensome. These early machines were often large and difficult to operate. They filled entire rooms and required careful planning to use. Scientists had to prepare instructions in advance, often using simple symbolic languages. The process was slow, but dependable. Once the computer began its work, it carried out each step with steady precision, free from distraction. One of the most important contributions of early computers was their ability to store information. scientific data could be saved, revisited, and compared over time. This allowed researchers to notice changes and trends that might otherwise have been lost. Knowledge no longer lived only on paper. It began to settle into digital form, where it could be shared and preserved more easily. As computers became more accessible, their role in science expanded gently. They were used to model physical systems, simulate experiments, and test ideas before attempting them in the real world. This reduced risk and saved resources. Scientists could explore possibilities quietly, adjusting variables and observing outcomes without pressure. The presence of computers also changed how scientists worked together. Data could be exchanged across distances, connecting laboratories and research centers. Collaboration became smoother and more consistent. Ideas traveled more freely, supported by shared information and common tools. Science became less isolated and more connected. Despite these advances, early computers remained limited. They did not learn from experience. They did not adapt. Each task required clear instructions written by humans. If something unexpected occurred, the system could not respond on its own. It simply stopped or produced incorrect results. Human oversight remained essential. Yet within these limitations, a foundation was forming. Scientists began to imagine machines that could do more than follow instructions. They wondered whether computers could recognize patterns or assist in decision-making. These questions arose slowly, shaped by years of working alongside simple systems that had already changed the rhythm of scientific discovery. The early relationship between scientists and computers was one of trust built through consistency. Machines did not rush. They did not tire. They offered a calm presence in environments filled with complexity. Over time, this reliability encouraged deeper exploration and more ambitious questions. As computing technology continued to evolve, the boundary between calculation and interpretation began to soften. The idea that machines might one day assist with understanding, rather than just processing, started to feel possible. This quiet shift set the stage for the next phase in the story. What began as a tool for handling numbers became a partner in managing knowledge. The early days of computers did not bring sudden transformation. They brought steadiness, they brought relief, and they opened a door to new ways of thinking about how humans and machines might work together in the search for understanding. As computers became more familiar in scientific spaces, a gentle question began to form. If machines could follow instructions so reliably, could they also learn from experience? This question did not arrive suddenly. It grew slowly, shaped by years of observing how people learn through repetition and exposure. Scientists began to wonder whether similar processes could guide machines. Human learning often begins with noticing. A child recognizes familiar faces. A researcher sees recurring shapes in data. Over time, these repeated observations create understanding. Machines, in their own limited way, can be guided to do something similar. They can be shown examples, corrected when they make errors, and gradually become better at recognizing what they have seen before. This approach to teaching machines does not involve awareness or intention. There is no sense of curiosity within the system. Instead, learning happens through adjustment. When a machine produces an outcome that aligns with what is expected, that path is reinforced. When it does not, the path is gently corrected. Through many cycles, patterns begin to settle. One way to imagine this process is to think of walking through a field. At first, there is no clear path. With repeated steps, the ground becomes slightly worn. Over time, a visible trail appears. Machines form patterns in a similar way. Repeated information creates preferred routes, shaping how future information is processed. In science, this ability to notice patterns quietly became valuable. Large collections of data often contain subtle relationships that are difficult to see at a glance. Machines trained to recognize recurring structures can bring these relationships into focus. They do not explain them. They simply highlight where attention might be needed. This pattern recognition is guided carefully by humans. Scientists choose the examples, define the goals, and review the outcomes. The machine's role is supportive. It reduces the burden of sorting and scanning, allowing researchers to spend more time thinking about meaning and context. Pattern recognition also brought patience into scientific work. Machines could observe slow changes over long periods without interruption. They could compare thousands of samples with the same calm attention. This consistency helped reveal trends that might otherwise remain hidden. It is important to remember that machines do not understand patterns in the way humans do. They do not see beauty or significance. They respond to structure and repetition. Meaning is added later by people who interpret the results. The machine provides a suggestion, not a conclusion. As this approach matured, it became part of many scientific tools. Systems were trained to identify shapes in images, variations in signals, and regularities in sequences. Each application followed the same quiet principle. Show many examples. Adjust gently. Repeat patiently. This method did not replace traditional scientific reasoning. It complemented it. Researchers still formed hypotheses, designed experiments, and evaluated results. The machine simply offered another lens through which data could be viewed. Over time, teaching machines to notice patterns became less experimental and more practical. It settled into laboratories, research centers, and quiet workspaces. The process remained steady and controlled, guided by human judgment at every step. This ability to recognize repetition marked an important transition. Machines were no longer limited to rigid instructions. They could adapt within boundaries, responding to what they observed. This shift did not change the nature of science overnight. It simply expanded the tools available. As these systems grew more refined, they prepared the way for deeper collaboration between humans and machines. The focus remained on assistance rather than replacement. Machines learned to notice. Humans continued to understand. Inside a scientific laboratory, the atmosphere is often calm and focused. Instruments hum softly. Screens glow with steady light. Experiments unfold slowly, guided by careful routines. It is in these quiet spaces that artificial intelligence has found a natural place to settle, not as a replacement for human work, but as a steady presence that supports it. Laboratory work involves repetition. Samples must be prepared in the same way each time. Measurements must be recorded with care. Results must be compared and checked. These tasks require patience and consistency, qualities that machines can offer without fatigue. Artificial intelligence helps manage these rhythms, keeping processes smooth and organized. One of the earliest roles of AI in laboratories was in organizing information. Experiments produce large amounts of data, often more than a person can review alone. AI systems assist by arranging results, grouping similar outcomes, and highlighting areas that deserve closer attention. This quiet sorting allows scientists to approach their work with clearer focus. In many laboratories, AI is used to monitor experiments as they run. It observes conditions such as temperature, light, or chemical balance, noticing small changes that might otherwise go unseen. When something shifts, The system records it calmly, creating a detailed record that can be studied later. This steady observation adds another layer of care to scientific work. Artificial intelligence also assists with quality control. In long research projects, maintaining consistency is essential. AI systems help ensure that procedures are followed in the same way each time. When variations appear, they are noted without judgment. This helps researchers maintain trust in their results. Another quiet contribution of AI is its ability to reduce mental strain. Scientists often work long hours, balancing many details at once. By handling routine checks and comparisons, AI frees human attention for reflection and creative thinking. The laboratory becomes a place where thought can slow down rather than rush. AI in the laboratory does not make decisions on its own. It offers suggestions based on what it observes. A researcher reviews these suggestions, considering them alongside experience and intuition. This relationship remains balanced. The machine supports. The human decides. Over time, laboratories have become more connected through shared AI tools. Data collected in one place can be compared with results from another. Patterns emerge across studies, linking separate efforts into a broader understanding. AI helps maintain this quiet continuity, keeping information accessible and coherent. The presence of AI also encourages careful documentation. Every observation, adjustment, and outcome can be recorded with clarity. This creates a calm archive of knowledge, allowing future researchers to revisit past work without confusion. Science moves forward gently, supported by memory that does not fade. Despite its growing role, AI remains part of the background. It does not disrupt the laboratory environment. It blends into existing workflows, respecting established methods. Researchers remain in control, guiding how and when the technology is used. As laboratories continue to evolve, artificial intelligence becomes another instrument on the bench. It sits alongside microscopes and sensors, quietly extending what scientists can observe and manage. Its value lies not in speed or novelty, but in steadiness and care. In these controlled environments, AI helps science proceed at a thoughtful pace. It supports precision without pressure. It allows attention to rest where it matters most. In doing so, it becomes part of the quiet tradition of tools designed to help humans explore the natural world with patience and respect. The search for new medicines has always been a careful and patient process. It begins with observation, moves through long periods of testing, and often requires many years before a treatment is ready to help people. This work demands attention to detail and a willingness to move slowly. Artificial intelligence has entered this space not to rush the process, but to make it calmer and more manageable. In medical research, scientists often face an overwhelming number of possibilities. Thousands of compounds may be studied before a single one shows promise. Examining each option by hand can take an enormous amount of time and energy. AI systems assist by quietly narrowing the field, identifying which paths may be worth closer exploration. This assistance begins with pattern recognition. AI observes how certain molecules behave, how they interact with cells, and how similar compounds have acted in the past. From these observations, it helps researchers focus their attention. The machine does not choose a medicine. It simply suggests where care might be most productive. By reducing the number of options that need immediate testing, AI helps create a more focused research environment. Scientists can devote more time to understanding how a potential treatment works, rather than sorting through endless alternatives. This gentle filtering supports deeper thinking rather than hurried decisions. Artificial intelligence also helps manage the vast records involved in medical research. Clinical data, laboratory results, and research notes are organized and reviewed with steady consistency. This makes it easier to notice subtle changes and long-term trends, which are often essential in understanding how a medicine affects the body. In this setting, AI acts as a quiet companion. It does not replace human judgment or ethical consideration. Decisions about safety, effectiveness, and patient care remain firmly in human hands. The system offers information, and researchers respond with care and responsibility. Another important role of AI in medicine is simulation. Before testing a treatment in real-world conditions, scientists can explore possible outcomes through digital models. These simulations help identify risks and guide adjustments. They provide a calm space for exploration, reducing unnecessary trials and conserving resources. This approach also supports a more thoughtful pace. By helping researchers prepare before moving forward, AI contributes to safer and more deliberate progress. The process becomes less about speed and more about understanding. Artificial intelligence is also used to revisit older research. Many valuable insights are hidden within past studies that were difficult to analyze at the time. AI systems can gently re-examine these records, revealing connections that were previously overlooked. This gives new life to existing knowledge. Throughout this work, the presence of AI remains subtle. It does not announce discoveries or claim credit. It works quietly behind the scenes, supporting human effort and patience. The relationship remains one of assistance rather than control. As medicine continues to evolve, AI becomes part of the long tradition of tools used to support healing. It helps researchers move with care, clarity, and respect for complexity. By easing the burden of exploration, it allows science to remain focused on its central purpose. The discovery of new medicines will always require human compassion and understanding. Artificial intelligence simply helps create the conditions in which that compassion can be applied more effectively. It supports a gentler path forward, where knowledge grows steadily and responsibly. Life, in all its forms, is endlessly complex. From the smallest cell to the largest ecosystem, the intricate patterns of living systems have fascinated scientists for centuries. The study of biology and genetics involves careful observation, patience, and the understanding that every organism is part of a larger, interconnected web. Artificial intelligence is now quietly contributing to this study, not by replacing human insight, but by offering new ways to observe, understand, and explore the mysteries of life. In the field of genetics, AI has become a valuable tool in decoding the language of life itself. DNA. Each gene is a set of instructions, a map of how organisms develop and function. These instructions are hidden within long, complex strands of DNA that can be difficult for humans to interpret. AI, with its ability to handle vast amounts of data, assists in reading and interpreting these genetic codes. It searches for patterns that might suggest how genes interact with each other, how they are expressed in different environments, and how they contribute to health or disease. This process is not about replacing scientists. It is about enhancing their ability to make sense of information that would otherwise be overwhelming. AI doesn't understand the biology of life. It doesn't know what a gene does. But it can recognize patterns within the data, pointing scientists in the right direction for further study. This partnership between human insight and machine assistance creates a more efficient path toward understanding the complexities of living systems. In medicine, this same principle applies. The study of how diseases develop and affect the body involves endless variables. Symptoms, genetic predispositions, environmental influences, and individual experiences all contribute to how a person might respond to illness. AI systems help researchers observe these many factors in a way that would be impossible for a human to manage alone. By analyzing patterns in large data sets, AI can help identify subtle signals that indicate how a disease might progress or how a treatment might work. Artificial intelligence also helps in the study of ecosystems. The environment, with its vast networks of plants, animals, and microorganisms, is another area where AI can quietly contribute. Through the analysis of satellite images, weather patterns, and species behaviors, AI systems can track changes in ecosystems over time. It can help scientists understand how ecosystems are affected by climate change, how species interact, and where conservation efforts might be most needed. The machine doesn't make decisions about conservation. It simply provides more data, giving researchers the tools they need to make informed, thoughtful choices. In these biological fields, the work of AI is largely supportive. It assists with data management, identifies patterns, and helps scientists focus their attention on the most promising areas of study. This allows researchers to spend more time reflecting on the meaning of their findings, rather than being overwhelmed by the sheer volume of data they must process. One of the most exciting possibilities of AI in biology is the ability to simulate biological systems. Just as AI can simulate chemical reactions or predict how a material will behave, it can also simulate how cells interact with each other or how diseases spread. These simulations provide a safe, controlled environment for researchers to test hypotheses and explore potential outcomes without the need for immediate real-world experimentation. This helps reduce the risks associated with trial and error approaches and speeds up the process of discovery. However, AI does not replace the need for human understanding. It cannot feel the wonder of a new discovery or make moral decisions about how to use its findings. It provides support, but the meaning of its output is still shaped by human hands. Scientists interpret the results, guide the research, and ensure that the knowledge gained is applied ethically and responsibly. As we continue to study the biology of life, AI will remain a tool, helping us see patterns we might otherwise miss. It will assist in organizing the information, processing the data, and offering insights into the complexity of living systems. But, like any tool, its value lies in how it is used. It is the steady, thoughtful application of AI that will lead to deeper understanding and, ultimately, to a better quality of life for all living things. The Earth changes slowly. Rivers shift their paths over centuries. Forests grow, retreat, and grow again. Weather patterns rise and fade in long, gentle cycles. For scientists who study the planet, understanding these changes requires patience and careful observation across long stretches of time. Artificial intelligence has found a natural role here, helping researchers notice gradual patterns without urgency or alarm. Studying the climate and the Earth involves collecting information from many sources. Temperatures, rainfall, ocean currents, soil conditions, and atmospheric movements all tell part of a larger story. This information arrives steadily, day after day, year after year. AI systems assist by quietly organizing these streams of data, allowing scientists to view them as connected rather than separate. One of the strengths of artificial intelligence in this field is consistency. It can observe changes over long periods without distraction. It does not lose focus or grow tired. This makes it well suited for tracking slow shifts that might be difficult for humans to notice in isolation. Small variations, repeated gently over time, begin to form recognizable patterns. In climate research, AI often helps compare present conditions with past records. By aligning old observations with new ones, it becomes easier to see how certain processes evolve. These comparisons are not rushed. They are reviewed carefully, allowing scientists to reflect on how systems respond to natural cycles and human influence. Artificial intelligence is also used to study the oceans, which cover much of the planet and change quietly beneath the surface. Ocean temperatures, currents, and chemical balances shift gradually. AI helps organize this information, revealing relationships between distant regions and subtle movements that shape marine life and weather patterns alike. In the study of land and vegetation, AI assists by analyzing images collected over time. Forests, deserts, and agricultural areas all leave visual records that can be compared gently. Through careful observation, researchers can understand how landscapes respond to seasonal rhythms and longer-term changes. Throughout this work, artificial intelligence remains a supportive presence. It does not predict outcomes with certainty. It does not declare conclusions. Instead, it offers clarity by reducing complexity. It allows scientists to approach environmental questions with steadiness rather than urgency. This quiet assistance also helps with planning. By understanding long-term trends, researchers and communities can prepare thoughtfully. Decisions about conservation, resource use, and environmental care benefit from calm reflection supported by reliable information. Artificial intelligence does not replace traditional observation or local knowledge. It complements them. It gathers wide perspectives while humans provide context, values, and responsibility. The balance remains essential, especially when studying systems as delicate and interconnected as the Earth. As climate science continues, AI will remain a tool for listening rather than speaking. It listens to the planet's rhythms, records its gradual changes, and presents them in ways humans can understand. This allows science to remain grounded in patience and respect for natural processes. The study of Earth is not about quick answers. It is about attention over time. Artificial intelligence helps sustain that attention, offering a calm lens through which the planet's long story can be observed and cared for. Beyond the Earth, the universe unfolds in silence. Stars form, move, and fade over spans of time that are difficult to imagine. Light travels vast distances before reaching our instruments. The study of space has always required patience, humility, and a willingness to work with incomplete information. Artificial intelligence has entered this field gently, supporting the careful observation of a universe that does not rush. Astronomy produces immense amounts of data. Telescopes collect images, signals, and measurements continuously. Each observation adds another piece to a picture that is always expanding. For human researchers, examining every detail by hand would be overwhelming. AI systems assist by organizing this information, helping scientists focus their attention where it may be most meaningful. One of the quiet contributions of AI in astronomy is sorting. Among countless signals, some contain useful information, while others are simply background noise. AI helps distinguish between these, allowing researchers to spend their time interpreting results rather than filtering data. This steady process supports clarity without urgency. Artificial intelligence is also used to compare observations across time. By aligning images taken years apart, subtle changes become visible. Movements, variations in brightness, and slow transformations can be studied with care. These comparisons are not about speed. They are about noticing what unfolds gradually. In the study of distant galaxies, AI helps manage complexity. Patterns in light and motion reveal how stars group and evolve. AI does not explain these patterns. It highlights them. Scientists then apply theory, experience, and imagination to understand what they might mean. AI also supports the search for new objects in space. It helps scan vast areas of the sky, identifying features that deserve closer examination. This does not replace human discovery. It assists it, offering a way to explore more of the universe without rushing. Throughout this work, artificial intelligence remains grounded in limitation. It does not observe the sky directly. It works with information gathered by instruments. Its role is to support the careful study of what those instruments reveal. The presence of AI allows astronomers to return their attention to reflection. With routine tasks managed quietly, scientists can focus on larger questions about origin, structure, and change. The rhythm of research becomes calmer and more deliberate. Artificial intelligence also supports collaboration in space science. Data gathered in one part of the world can be shared and reviewed elsewhere. Patterns noticed by one team can be explored by another. AI helps maintain this continuity, keeping information accessible and consistent. As humanity continues to look outward, AI becomes part of the long tradition of tools used to explore the unknown. It does not bring answers quickly. It supports careful listening and patient study. The universe does not reveal itself all at once. It offers fragments, slowly, over time. Artificial intelligence helps gather these fragments and arrange them gently. In doing so, it allows science to remain aligned with the quiet nature of the cosmos itself. For a long time, scientific tools remained mostly inside laboratories, observatories, and research centers. Their work was important, but distant from daily routines. Over time, this separation began to soften. The quiet systems developed for science slowly found their way into ordinary spaces. Artificial intelligence followed this same path, moving gently from research environments into everyday life. This transition did not happen all at once. It unfolded gradually, shaped by familiarity rather than surprise. Tools once used only by specialists began to appear in common devices. Phones, home equipment, and simple health tools quietly adopted methods first developed for scientific work. The presence of AI became subtle, often unnoticed. In daily life, artificial intelligence often supports organization. It helps sort information, manage schedules, and assist with simple decisions. These functions reflect the same pattern recognition processes used in science, applied gently to everyday needs. The goal is not complexity, but ease. AI also assists in personal health. Devices that track movement, sleep, or heart rhythm rely on quiet analysis to notice trends over time. They do not diagnose or decide. They observe and report, allowing individuals and professionals to reflect calmly on patterns related to well-being. In education, AI supports learning by adapting materials to individual pace. It notices which concepts are revisited often and which are understood more easily. This allows learning to feel more supportive rather than demanding. The technology works in the background, offering guidance without pressure. Artificial intelligence also helps manage energy use, transportation flow, and communication systems. These applications reflect scientific principles developed over many years, now integrated into shared infrastructure. The systems operate quietly, helping daily life remain steady and predictable. What connects these everyday uses to scientific origins is their emphasis on assistance. The technology does not seek attention. It blends into routines, reducing friction and mental effort. Its success is measured by how little it interrupts. This movement from lab to life highlights an important continuity. Scientific tools do not remain isolated. When developed carefully, they become part of broader human experience. Artificial intelligence follows this pattern, extending scientific methods into familiar environments. Throughout this transition, human oversight remains essential. People decide how systems are used, what data is collected, and where limits are placed. The technology supports, but responsibility remains human. As AI settles into everyday life, it becomes less abstract and more familiar. It resembles earlier tools that once seemed complex, but are now taken for granted. Its role is not to change who we are, but to help daily life flow with greater ease. This quiet integration marks a new phase in the story. Science is no longer confined to specialized spaces. It moves gently alongside ordinary moments, supported by tools designed to assist rather than disrupt. Healthcare has always been grounded in human connection. Listening, observing, and responding with care are central to healing. As artificial intelligence becomes part of this field, it does so quietly, supporting these human qualities rather than replacing them. Its role is gentle, designed to assist attention and reduce strain. In many healthcare settings, information arrives continuously. Test results, medical images, patient histories, and notes accumulate over time. Reviewing all of this carefully can be demanding. AI systems help organize these records, presenting them in clear and consistent ways. This allows doctors and caregivers to focus more fully on the people they serve. Artificial intelligence is often used to notice patterns in medical images. X-rays, scans, and laboratory results contain subtle details that can be difficult to see at a glance. AI assists by highlighting areas that may deserve closer attention. It does not provide final answers. It offers a second set of eyes, steady and patient. In long-term care, AI helps track gradual changes. Conditions that evolve slowly benefit from careful observation over time. By comparing records across weeks or months, AI systems can help caregivers notice trends. This supports thoughtful responses rather than rushed decisions. Personal well-being tools also rely on similar methods. Devices that track daily habits quietly collect information and reflect it back in simple forms. These reflections are not judgments. They are observations, offering individuals a chance to understand their own rhythms more clearly. In hospitals and clinics, AI supports scheduling and resource planning. By helping manage routines, it reduces pressure on staff. This creates space for calm interactions and attentive care. The technology remains in the background, serving practical needs without drawing focus away from people. It is important that AI in healthcare remains carefully guided. Ethical considerations, privacy, and trust are central. Humans remain responsible for decisions, interpretation, and compassion. The system supports these values by offering clarity and consistency. Artificial intelligence does not experience illness or recovery. It does not understand comfort or concern. These qualities remain uniquely human. AI simply helps ensure that information is clear, accessible, and manageable. As healthcare continues to evolve, AI becomes another supportive tool, similar to earlier medical instruments. Its presence is measured by how much it eases effort and supports thoughtful care. In this way, Artificial intelligence contributes to well-being by creating calmer systems. It helps healthcare remain focused on patience, attention, and understanding. Its value lies in quiet support, allowing human care to remain at the center. As artificial intelligence becomes part of more areas of science and daily life, questions of trust naturally arise. Trust does not appear suddenly. It forms slowly through consistency, understanding, and care. In the use of AI, trust depends not on the technology itself, but on the people who guide it. Every AI system is shaped by human choices. People decide what information is used, what questions are asked, and how results are interpreted. These decisions influence how the system behaves and how reliable it becomes. AI does not hold values on its own. It reflects the intentions and care of those who design and use it. Human oversight remains essential because AI does not understand consequences. It does not recognize fairness, responsibility, or empathy. These qualities come from human judgment. By maintaining a steady role in guiding AI, people ensure that its use aligns with shared values. In scientific work, oversight means reviewing results carefully. AI may highlight patterns or suggest connections, but researchers evaluate these suggestions thoughtfully. They consider context, limitations, and uncertainty. This layered approach creates balance, allowing technology to assist without overstepping. Care is also central in how AI is introduced into society. Gradual adoption allows people to become familiar with new tools without feeling overwhelmed. Clear communication about how systems work helps build comfort. When AI is explained simply and used transparently, it becomes easier to trust. Another important aspect of trust is accountability. When decisions are made with the support of AI, humans remain responsible for outcomes. This clarity helps ensure that technology serves people rather than directing them. Responsibility stays where it belongs. Privacy and respect are also part of this relationship. AI systems often rely on personal or sensitive information. Protecting this information requires thoughtful policies and careful handling. Trust grows when people feel that their data is treated with respect and care. Artificial intelligence works best when it remains open to review. Systems are adjusted, corrected, and improved over time. This ongoing attention prevents complacency and supports reliability. Trust is maintained through continuous care rather than blind reliance. In this sense, AI becomes similar to other powerful tools developed throughout history. Its benefits depend on how it is guided. With patience and oversight, it can support progress without disrupting stability. As people continue to work alongside artificial intelligence, the focus remains on partnership. Machines assist with attention and organization. Humans provide understanding and ethics. This balance allows AI to settle into society gently. Trust grows not from complexity, but from steadiness. When AI is used thoughtfully, with care and clear boundaries, it becomes a quiet support rather than a source of concern. Human oversight ensures that this balance is maintained, allowing technology to remain a helpful presence. Change can feel unsettling when it moves too quickly. Throughout history, people have adapted best when new tools arrived gradually, allowing time for understanding and acceptance. Artificial intelligence follows this same pattern. Its influence has grown step by step, giving individuals and communities space to adjust without pressure. In science, progress often unfolds quietly. New methods are tested, refined, and reviewed before becoming part of regular practice. This careful pace helps maintain confidence and stability. AI has developed within this tradition, integrating slowly into existing systems rather than overturning them. Human comfort depends on familiarity. When tools behave predictably, they feel less intrusive. Artificial intelligence becomes easier to accept when its role is clear and limited. Simple explanations and transparent use help people feel at ease. The technology becomes something understood rather than something feared. Adaptation also requires time to reflect. People need opportunities to observe how AI affects their work and daily routines. When changes are introduced gradually, individuals can develop trust based on experience rather than expectation. This process supports confidence without urgency. In many cases, AI does not change what people do, but how smoothly they do it. Tasks become easier to manage. Information becomes clearer. These subtle improvements reduce resistance and allow acceptance to grow naturally. It is also important that people feel included in decisions about technology. When communities participate in shaping how AI is used, change feels collaborative rather than imposed. This shared involvement supports long-term comfort and trust. Artificial intelligence does not demand immediate transformation. Its value emerges over time through consistent support and gentle integration. When used thoughtfully, it allows people to remain grounded while benefiting from new capabilities. As society continues to evolve, maintaining a calm pace remains essential. Change that respects human rhythms encourages confidence and resilience. AI fits best when it moves alongside people, not ahead of them. This steady approach ensures that technology remains supportive. It allows learning, adaptation, and comfort to grow together. In this way, progress becomes something people can live with peacefully. When people imagine the future, it is often described in dramatic terms. Yet most change does not arrive in sudden leaps. It unfolds quietly, shaped by small adjustments and steady improvement. The future of artificial intelligence follows this familiar path. It continues the long story of tools designed to support human understanding. Rather than replacing existing systems, AI tends to build upon them. New capabilities emerge from what already works, refined through experience and care. This continuity helps maintain stability. The future becomes an extension of the present rather than a break from it. In science, future developments in AI are likely to deepen observation rather than accelerate action. Tools will continue to assist with organizing information, noticing subtle relationships, and supporting thoughtful analysis. The emphasis remains on clarity and patience. Everyday life will reflect similar patterns. AI will become more integrated into familiar routines, often unnoticed. Its presence will be defined by reliability rather than novelty. As systems mature, they become quieter, requiring less attention while offering steady support. Human values will continue to guide this evolution. Decisions about how AI is used will reflect priorities such as care, fairness, and responsibility. These principles help ensure that technology remains aligned with human needs. The future also allows time for reflection. As people gain experience with AI, they develop understanding and confidence. This familiarity reduces uncertainty and supports comfort. Change becomes manageable when it is accompanied by learning. Artificial intelligence will not determine the direction of progress. People will. The technology remains a tool shaped by intention. Its future depends on how thoughtfully it is guided. In this sense, The future of AI is not a distant horizon. It is a gradual continuation of present efforts. Each step builds on what came before, maintaining balance and calm. As time moves forward, AI will remain part of the background. It will support understanding quietly, allowing human creativity and care to remain central. The future unfolds not with disruption, but with steady presence. Throughout this journey, artificial intelligence has appeared not as a sudden force, but as a gentle extension of human effort. It has taken its place alongside earlier tools, supporting attention, patience, and understanding. From laboratories to daily routines, its presence has remained quiet and measured. At its core, artificial intelligence reflects a simple idea. When complexity grows, people create tools to help them listen more carefully. AI allows information to be observed steadily, without fatigue or haste. It offers support where repetition and long focus are required. Science benefits from this calm assistance. Researchers gain clarity without pressure. Patterns emerge without rush. Knowledge grows through careful observation rather than urgency. In this way, AI supports the natural rhythm of discovery. Everyday life also reflects this balance. Subtle systems help organize, track, and guide without demanding attention. When technology blends into routine, it becomes part of a stable environment. Its success lies in how little it disrupts. Human responsibility remains central. AI does not decide purpose or meaning. People continue to guide, interpret, and care. This relationship preserves trust and balance, allowing technology to serve rather than lead. As understanding deepens, artificial intelligence becomes less mysterious. It settles into the long tradition of tools designed to support thought. Its role is not to replace human presence, but to create space for it. The story of AI is not one of acceleration, but of continuity. It unfolds slowly, shaped by care and reflection. This pace allows comfort to grow alongside capability. As this documentary comes to rest, the focus returns to calm awareness. Artificial intelligence, like many tools before it, remains a quiet companion. It listens, it supports, it waits. In this stillness, understanding has room to settle. Thoughts can slow, attention can soften. The future continues gently, guided by human care and steady presence.